Check 1 2 3. Sound check 1 2 3. It seems to be working. Anyways, Peeps working on some stuff today. I'm gonna try to squeeze in a couple of hours if possible because I'm mainly on nanny today. But still implementing some cartridges and stuff like that. And the thing that goes here is actually I've added what's his name? Oh, something's wrong here. Barrage ring. You put it in, you get one additional item. Check it out. Now instead of shooting one, I shoot two. If I add an elven bow, instead of two, I shoot three. Epico. What if I add Pico bow? Now this one is super fast. Love it. So yeah, it's not an usual time when I stream, but that's okay. You know how it goes. Just want to keep myself accountable a bit more. Yeah. So this works. We just have to add a couple of strings. And let's see, barrage ring. Barage ring. Item name barrage ring. I think everything is okay. It's a buff item. Yep, that's okay. And yeah. Let's find this thing here. I have the descriptions and everything, then why the hell did it not work? Somehow it... Ah, I get it. It bugged out because I don't have the icon for that. I think we have to take a look which one we can use. Projectiles. Something like that. Boom, boom. In UI elements, what did I change here? Did I do something? It's marked like a change. I didn't. That's okay. But here I want to find the projectile icon, which is going to say how many bonus projectiles we have. This is piercing damage, I believe. And the projectiles... Bonus. Could be equally applied as this one. If I use this icon, I could just simply say, because it's a bonus, we add a green arrow next to it. And I believe that these have to be 10 by 10 if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if it's green because it has like white thingy next to it. Maybe a whole green one would be even better. We'll see. Something like that maybe. Or something different. Let me measure it. Too high. One higher. Ten by 10. Seems good. So I gotta cut it out. Like this. Bonus, no items, something. I believe I have something else. set here like UI small. There we go. UI small, bow with arrow. Then I have projectile somewhere around down here, or where you at? Projectile. Okay. 10 by 10, that's okay. And now we take it here. Like this, 10 by 10. And I have to wire it. Icons, resource. And the thing that we have to wire, where do we have it? I think it's here. Unit stat types, exactly. What? Uh-huh. Bonus projectiles. Like this. That's why the description didn't work normally, because it didn't have any icons. But I guess this is going to be bonus. If a stat has like some kind of a bonus effect, you know, I can have a projectile and I can have a projectile bonus. So, yeah. I think the arrow is quite straightforward. Yo, 23. Thanks for the pin. Did you do it? I think you did. So, check it out, buddy. Player, add item. Barrage ring. I shoot one. I shoot two. And now with album bow, I shoot three. Epico, huh? Yeah. Empowers attacks with additional projectile. This is going to be like one additional ring that can be found and one additional cartridge. So if you get like super lucky, you're gonna have in total 2 bonus projectiles, you know. And I think this is a fair limit enough. You can have it at most like this. It shouldn't be too overpowered. I just want to see... Yeah, they're going well. Nice, but hey, hello. See, I made a card. I fixed it. Tech pick. Adds a powerful tech pick to your hands, specialized for tearing through walls with ease. It spawns actually in the beginning, so we have to change the notification. It spawns it as a normal item, and then I can use it normally. So that's a workaround. And I was thinking about a cartridge that also on every level start spawns like a snack pack. You know, a popcorn and some kind of drink. That'd be a cool one. Here we go. This ring is awesome. What did I wanted to test? I wanted to test something. Of course. I want to see if I shoot 2 projectiles now also from here. Yep. So that's like 6 projectiles from the passives if you want. See that? Boom. You become a little bullet hell after a time, if you get lucky and if you get that cartridge. And if it's a ring, you're good for life. Okay, now we have to add a cartridge version to it. So basically what I did, I introduced a new stat. Boom, 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 shakalaka. Yeah, right? Okay. We have some cartridges. And I'm quite happy where this is going. Barrage Ring becomes now, I think, Tutri named this skill. And he wants it to be on level 3. Maybe, maybe on level 3 or level 4. Because it seems epic and we are missing cartridges for 4. Like elite ones, or what is it called? Here. Tier 3. This one, another one. Add +1 projectile. We'll add it. I just want to see what's the deal with it. With the icon. So the last is... First is green, second is blue, third is red. The last one is star, which is yellow. Okay. Then I have to take the yellow one. I'll try to keep some salad ready. And this is going to be also an item, like a defibrillator that spawns in the beginning that you can add to your inventory. At every run. No, at the beginning. Cooldown 120 seconds. Or no, it's gonna be usable. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Defibrillator. But I need like the panels. Let's say clear. Boom. Now, Mr. Projectile. Yeah, I have like arrows here. Also, I made some changes. Yeah, doing this on one layer. Made some changes to the dash cartridge. It gives you like a passive of 5% movement speed. So that's cool, I think. Hopefully you don't hear the coffee too loud. For crying out loud, I know that somewhere I had like... arrows. What if? I try to steal this one from here. Earlier version. Where is it? Hello. Here you go. Slappity slap. And... dual wield. Oh, that's cool. Otherwise, I didn't implement dual wield. I bet it's interesting. Dual wielding the stuff. Where's the freaking plus icon? Aha. On this one. So I work the most for the weekends. On the project. Hey, it could be. This could be it. Yeah, it's an odd value. An odd value. Oh, I can make it longer. Like this. And maybe I slap this one a bit to the right. And now let's try to put it in. Hey, hey, hey. Good enough. Maybe up a little bit. this. Boom. Нет, нет. What if I make it double? Yeah. What if I try to make an icon double? Then I can make it actually shorter again. The tip is kind of messing with me. The spacing, too big, too small, too big. Okay. Like this. I'd still extend it a bit. Bam, bam, bam. Good enough. 2 arrows. I want to finish it this weekend together with the equipment slot system. Cool. Buddy, good luck. Good luck. Oh man, if I think about the inventory, all the things that I had to implement and so on. Fun times. And how it's convoluted now. Woo! Not something that I'm bragging about. Okay, now this thing will be called what? Another one. Yeah. Another one. And the second one I want to add is a defibrillator. Anything for the dash. ADHD damage type. Good one. And on top tier sets with effects when you have certain amount of them. Ah, tier sets. Don't have them yet. But I think I'll manage to do it. I was thinking about tagging items and then doing some counts when something gets some bonus. Yeah, I know. I went extra mile with this armor visuals. I think it brings a lot to the table. But I was thinking on adding like, you know, a head of a fox that you could play with. I don't know if that would be in a supporter pack or something if somebody wants to pay extra, you know, to support the development of the game. And that thing wouldn't have like equipped masks and so on. Because that would be like completely rewiring everything. Makes no sense. And then you wouldn't brag, you know, that you have a cool fox head equipped. Not a mask, but a fox head like a Reynard head. From my previous game. What the hell? What other cartridge type directions do you need brainstorming in? I don't know. The next ones are gonna be the final ones, which add significant thing. So this one is definitely going to the final tier as well. That Tutri recommended. EMP deals 5 damage to nearby enemies, like sun armor, every 5 for 10 seconds. I think this one is cool. You know, like a short radius pulse, boom, boom. And if you have a sun armor on it and something else, it could be pretty powerful. Yeah, Nehis, we have them. We have like not only the skill, but armor. And we have a couple of those, like spiked helm and slight knockback. Yeah, could be added. Could be added, could be added. But I think on which things it should be applied, you know, if it should be also on ranged one or on short one. I mean melee one. We'll think about it. Meanwhile, I'll work on this. Knockback resistance, grounded. That one is good. Yeah, if you want to be. Yeah, maybe ability to periodically fear mobs around you. I can't remember, do I have fear? I know that I have like taunt. Oh my god. Taunt. Knockback resistance equals to grounded. Yeah. Second. I'll probably have a lot of interruptions today, so I'm not sure how long this will last, but okay. Let's slap some more together. Shooter weapon. Barrage ring. Okay. And shooter weapons. Yeah, that's it. Aha. Archetypes. I get it. That's cool. That's really cool. It's a classic thing, right? That you have like skill trees more and stuff like that, that you don't kind of really completely have a free hand like here. Barrage ring. We can duplicate this one. And what are we gonna call it? Another one, right? Cartridge skill. Another one. Skill, good. It's also legendary. Okay. This thing is going to be expensive. Why, you ask? Because it's a buff item. Item category. I think I have to use cartridge. I just have to check out how I use cartridge skills again. Arcane one. So I have skill and buff item. Buff item. And here was skill. Was it a passive, active skill? Come on, goldfish. Buff item, passive skill. And item core type skill. And then from here, we have to change the modifier. It's gonna be the same, basically, so we don't have to do anything on it. But level of it is going to be 0. And this gets applied only at level 1, which is okay, I believe. I don't do class talent tree. Each ability will have its own talent tree that augments the ability, plus augmentation runes that can completely change the behavior of the ability. That's cool. That's cool, that's cool. Not coefficient, but flat. Flat, flat. Okay. Window, 0, good. And the items, another one, cartridge skill. Another one. Kana. Okay. Like this. Now we have to still make that thing. You know what I'm gonna do with this thing? I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do generate unlockable. Because this is getting like really boring to do. Items and then unlockables. Another one. Like this. Okay. By the way, I also implemented scalar value with custom curve definition. Can show you later. The existing good at one was awkward to work with. Now I can more easier define the damage interpolation between levels. That's cool. That's cool, that's cool. Make some screenshots, upload it. Okay. I see just one thing.
Fire.
Yo. So many things opening. I'm just gonna shift it to Tavern Fireplace. Yeah. Winter's coming in like half a year, okay? Here we go now. I have to extract all of these things. God, I have to streamline this. I don't use the skill suffix here. Why is that? No, bad one. That's a devotion one. Okay. Leaving you for now, but another one has to be added. This one. And this one. Adds additional projectile to your weapon. To your projectile based weapons. Saved. Now this one. Unlockable. One, two. Okay. Added unlockables. Yeah, I forgot to set the tier. So first import 28. We're getting somewhere. Another one. And you become from skill tier 3 to master. Master. Oh, by the way, made more cartridges available from the beginning. Like 4 of them are gonna be equipable since you start the game, because I think otherwise it's, I don't know, not friendly enough to the players that you only have the Heartroot cartridge. And I was thinking about maybe that Izzy wouldn't be like the one that you find in the first area. That kind of sucks. I mean, it's cool, but still, if the player spawns here, maybe he should already be in the camp. And you know that you buy stuff from him. So the player knows, okay, this is about meta progression here, and then you find maybe Anton. I think that meta coin price, it's a master one. 10 meta coins. Oh, gotta cheat. Huh. Still not available here. Okay. What's with the master one? Aha, probably I didn't set it to which type it is. Passive skill. Runes. Combat move. Terrain, skill info. Is this offensive, support, or defensive? Let's call it support, huh? It's not tactical. I don't know, offensive. Offense is like dominating. Another one is here. Let's test it out by cheating. Okay, we have to go first with the dash booster, with this. Oh, I added also executioner. I didn't test it out. Increases critical chance. This is wrong. It deals bonus damage when the dudes are very low. Oh, this is gonna be insane. Like I have minus something resistance, right? Probably. But it's not displayed because I hide the attributes that aren't above. Ah! Not working. And I think I know why. Because it's a cartridge skill and it has a different stat that it's equipped to it. I have to listen to a different condition. Look at that, 15 with a bare bow. Haha, I love it, choo choo. Check it out. Who is this? Ah, this is Anna. I was looking at the shadow. Big girl. Lol, right? Huh. Okay, possible bug. Lady got stuck, but I don't know why. Not listening commands or anything, huh? What's up, baby girl? If only I could debug you now. I don't have that enabled. By the way, I gotta make the golems immune like completely to electricity. Just gotta check out which damage affinity they have. Rock. Bleed damage 0. Electric damage 1. Nope. That sounds like a patch down the road. Then let's make it 0.5 because it's you. Here you go. I gotta take a leak, be right back. Back. There we go. Electric damage reduced to 0.5. That's okay. Its weakness is blunt damage. Thank you. But for this slime, I think we can increase the electric damage to 1.5. You know? They weak towards it. Because they're fluidy. Makes sense, right? Okay. Now where were I? Another one cartridge. This didn't trigger at the right time because this has to be listening when it's in inventory. On sync something. Where do I have that? On passive effects thing. That's it. Let me just check out the other cartridge. Explosive arrows. Is it easy to blast or damaged? Yeah. There are explosive stuff. Should we add a bow? Some kind of a bow that shoots explosive projectiles or something. Because adding a cartridge or a modifier that completely changes the whole items, you know, the whole item set, I don't think that's a good idea. If it makes sense. Maybe knockbacks could be added to the whole arrow system from the cartridge. Or we'll see. Aha, tracer round. Like every 1 in 6 or 7 could be explosive to your arrows. That's a possibility, huh? Yeah, but shit. You know, what do I do then? Do I modify the existing arrow that is coming out of the weapon? Or do I have a general arrow that's a special one that's being shot when some of the items are shooting? Maybe this could be easier, you know, that when you shoot a weapon that this passive from the cartridge triggers, that it spawns like a projectile. On shot, small possibility of spawning this thing, and it's general for every ranged weapon or something, you know. So no matter which bow you use, there's 1 in 7 or something like that, like you said. That's a possibility. I think we could implement that. I'd have to take a look which events we would have to listen to. Probably it's not wired, but another one changed the math from +1 to a %. No, it's +1. There is no %, I believe. Everything is flat. I changed it once, right? Because the percentage sign there, I don't think it really makes sense. I mean, the percentage calculation. 1 second, let me check out this one. How it's being applied. In inventory, yeah, I think it's okay. Another one. In inventory. On passive sync. Now this should work. That should be a tier 2 cartridge, right? That's the idea. Can you add a crit version of another one that added poison or fire some of your states? Yeah. I think I understand what you mean. Basically what another one does is it duplicates the arrow. It doesn't modify its property. I just increase the count. The stat. Bonus projectile. No underlying modifications, but I'm gonna try to do something. Exactly, instead of +1 meaning each shot. Oh, it says bonus projectile 1. It's a stat, underlying stat, bonus projectile, which I increase. Second. What if I try to play a bit with what if I try to play a bit with dash. Let's check this one out. Where is it? Dash blast boost rune. No, dash booster cartridge skill. Let's call it explosive tracer, right? The tracer is a bullet that you can see when you're shooting, like a burst fire, right? Now this would act as a separate weapon that gets triggered at a specific time, you know. Let's try to do it. Explosive tracer. Rarity type common. This doesn't matter because it's a cartridge. We have to change the skill type. Explosive tracer. Okay. 5. No, 4. Or 3 or something. Shooter weapon. It's a passive skill, so it means it gets triggers then. I'm gonna keep the icon for now. Okay, no. Let's make it the appropriate one. This should be probably from 5 to 10, right? Adapt. So that color is blue, I believe. Like this. Exactly. Random. Agree. And it can hurt you if you stand too close to them, right? Fire crackling is like soothing. This one looks interesting. 1 second. You could also use different stats to make different effects and knock out cards as a group of them. Maybe someone wants a melee poison build. And poison arrow tracer would fit. Like adding a flavor to it. That's a possibility. Actually a cheap one, right? Because we make one and we reuse the others. Then you've knocked out one for every element. We could do that. For crying out loud. That's where I'm going with this. I hated that it's like 3 pixels wide. The freaking bullet. The arrow. But if I make it thicker, I lose the space on the width, you know. Also. Giant arrow of doom, yeah. Looking for something, if I have something similar here for that. But I don't believe I do. If you guys are ever gonna ask me why I drew an octopus, I don't know. Felt like it. And scissors also. I was just in the Zen mode. There we go. She thick. I'm gonna pimp up the colors and that's gonna be it. Damn, boy. That color up front a bit different was okay. Gonna keep a vanilla one for now. Just a battering ram with an arrow. All knockback plus damage terrain. Hey. Yo, that would be cool, huh? Like that you drill through everything. One problem is I don't think that I do. I think I had a shotgun somewhere that shot like 3 shells. And it was damaging the walls. One of the first ranged weapons that I've implemented. Well, it's your fault, you know. I'm gonna make it thick. Maybe the first one would be enough. I'm gonna try this one. Thanks for the shadow trick. I didn't even register it. I think this is good. Tracer. It glows. It's thick. Mm-hmm. Like this, maybe like this. We'll leave it. Leave it, leave it. We'll work on it. Explosive tracer cartridge skill. Boom, 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 boom. What did we call it? Tracer something? Jesus, 8:30. Just follow. Thank you for the follow, dude. Thank you for the follow. I forgot, what did we call it? Tracer? Tracer something, tracer shot, or? Explosive tracer. Okay. Items cartridge, explosive tracer. Okay, now this thing is a skill. It's gonna be a passive skill, that's okay. Explosive tracer. This one. And of course it's offensive like 99% other things. And it's going to be adept. Yeah, became too great. Then we're gonna return to the EMP. At least I want to have like 4 master cartridges at the end of the day so you can fill out everything. Okay, I think we can remove those things here. And I'm gonna go and steal stuff from... Tracer is gonna be like completely normal. Okay. Add element, spawn projectile. By normal, I meant that it's going to fly in a straight line. Mjolnir, chance. Pure random. 0.10. Or 0.15. Or I go with fail guarantee. And the base chance is like... on every 7th, it should trigger. Or sooner if the chance goes well. Or... I think this is how I implemented this. 0.15 is okay. Minimum amount 1. Range. Tracers have to be like long range. Let's make it 240. I don't care, it's gonna be long. It's not gonna cost you any energy. But it will spawn what? Max active projectile is okay. It's coming from the shooter position, that's okay. Destroy on touch, false. Stop on touch, false. Return to owner, false. Linear, that's okay. Pierce to target. Huh. Wait a minute, we have to destroy it on touch. And we have to apply explode. And explosion radius is going to be, I don't know, 48 pixels. Screen shake power, 200. 0.1. Projectile data. We're just gonna first look at the fireball. With tiny bullet. We can modify that one as well. We're not gonna spawn any shrapnels. Level window is going to be 1, that's okay. But how am I gonna listen to this? That's gonna be a problem, where to wire this thing. Item effect listening conditions in inventory. Trigger on. Because this is taking only the context. Only the context of the current weapon that you have, but then we have like a more global context, like on start, on the end dash, on combo finisher, projectile hit. No, that's a local one. On arena wave started, that's a global one. On owner touching target, I can't recall what the hell did I do here. On shrapnel interval, that's another one. On parent weapon dealing hit, that's when you have it in the socket of the rune. Huh. Basically what we could do is on owner using item. That's the first thing. And we then listen from that another item effect to this one. I know it doesn't make sense. It makes sense to the system that I built. But we have to add like the possibility somewhere we have to wire it that when you are using like a ranged weapon, which maybe isn't a rune or a cartridge or anything else, that we call this effect on all the items that we have in the inventory. I know it's crazy, but that's how it's wired currently. So, if we dive into the code back, item, effect, resource. Somewhere here we have trigger when, and on parent item used. No, that's not gonna be okay. On equipped, ranged weapon used. 220. Any weapon. Any ranged weapon. Any ranged weapon that is currently equipped in an inventory. Yeah. Whew. Attack system, I think we have a shooter weapon where we're gonna wire this together. Shoot the weapon. So this thing spawns the projectiles and so on. What do I do? Trigger something. Damage, node collided with body, no. No. Item action somewhere in here. I'm suspecting a lot of bugs down the line, but okay. We only have 12 days to go. Let's call it public. No, private. Void. Trigger. Like this. And then I have items in inventory. Is using the this keyword not cool like it used to be back in the days? I don't know, man. I use it then and now. By the way, hi Coder Seagull, how's it going? How's it going? I think I use for each somewhere. Actually, I'm making this roguelite ARPG. You know, with all bells and whistles. And what I want to do is, when I'm gonna shoot a main weapon, which is like equipped. Oh, the dog is starting to bark. Why do I have a feeling that I'll get invaders soon? I'm writing C# for Unity, and despite creating a new line for opening curly brace, the official documentation says this is the C# best practice. I couldn't care less. Exactly. I was really allergic to these things, you know. In web development I usually use this one. The same line. Now like this. Even Simon, a friend that's usually in the stream, he laughs at me that I don't give a space after if statement. Like here, you see the inconsistency. I don't even have the formatter in place. I just don't give a fuck anymore. You know, I don't give a fuck. Too old for this shit. It has to work, and that's it. But okay, let's check it out. So what am I doing? I want to see if it's not equipped. It's equipped, right? Equipped is equipped. False. Return. I even don't use the exclamation mark. I do double equals and then check the false one, you know. Now you know how messed this is. But this is actually something I read in the best coding practices, that it's easier to omit this one, you know, than that one. And I used to write it like that. I don't anymore. Yeah. So if it's equipped false, I return. But if it's not, I iterate over every inventory, and then for the item I have to check the item data. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be sure that this instance is still valid. Do you code games in Unity? You told me. That's cool. Instance valid false. And we're gonna do this, or item data resource. Here I have I'm gonna have regrets renaming these things in a bad way. Continue, go forward. And now, if it says it's valid, we're gonna say item trigger, item effects, activation based on criteria. And active when has to be it can be active when in inventory. Trigger when, I believe it's the next parameter. What do I have? Come on, buddy. Trigger when on equipped ranged weapon used. This one. And the targets that are gonna be passed in. Where do I get the targets from? This is item action. Huh. Son of a. I don't pass in the targets here, yes. Are those a callback, or are they defined parameters like in Python? Defined parameters. You know, if I add like... what's the name? Dvopiče, not semicolon. It's colon. Looking at it. Yeah, colon, yeah. You're using arrow functions for callbacks like in TypeScript. I know that here in Godot you have to like manage the arrow functions a bit more, if I'm not mistaken. At least in events, if I'm subscribing to something as an action. I think that those things are defined as... what is it called? Anyway. back to business. So, when I shoot, I want to trigger related item effects. This is a bad name. Trigger related item effects is not okay, because currently I'm just looking for one case. And I'm checking if it's not equipped, I return. I need it to trigger this specific one, unequipped ranged weapon used. Only. And that's okay, but this thing takes the parameters in here. And the parameters that are passed in are usually detected units, but I don't care about the detected units, so I can omit this. Right? And I can trigger it like that. I'm gonna put down this here, and now in inventory unequipped ranged weapon use, we're gonna check out the explosive tracer cartridge skill. I have to add use item effect resource because, yeah, ironically, this is scanning all the... can't really tell you why. I know what I'm doing here. It's crazy. Then I have the single highest one. That's okay. General item effect info. It's okay. I'm going to trigger it once only. Triggering of this is going to happen 100% chance in inventory. And item effect target type is going to be... it's all. And this one happens on parent weapon dealing hit. No. I think I have to rebuild. 1 second. Let's see how many of things explode. Yeah, by the way, working with any specific game? Do you have something to share? Some screens and so on? Okay, it's been built. Now this thing in here, not always active, unequipped ranged weapon used. This is what we're listening on. Okay, max targets under effect is 1. I don't care about that. This is basically gonna call use item, which is a ranged weapon. And that's okay. Now, the thing that it's going to spawn is gonna be like a bullet projectile, a tracer round. We can thrust it up a bit later. And it's gonna be in adapt. But before, if we want to test this thing out, I still have to like add the cartridge for it. Somewhere down here. In the scope of a project, I have to remove so many sprites. Cartridge skill. Here we go. I'm gonna duplicate this one, rename it. It's the same name, different item type. Explosive tracer. We got this one. Explosive tracer. Good, autofill from ID. Have it here. Copy paste all the names and variables. Explosive tracer. Here we go. Boom, boom. Item name. I think we have it somewhere up here. Or lower down here. A description. Small chance of spawning additional projectile. When shooting. Additional explosive. Okay, saving it. I just have to copy that thing from here. So it's this one. Oh no, we have to take the unlockables one. Boom, boom. Have to automate this thing as soon as possible. This description. I don't even freaking read this value anywhere. It was additive. I'm gonna have like a screen where you can actually read up about the unlockables that are in the game. Then we have unlockables. Unlockables, boom, import. And how many cartridges do we have? 29. Woohoo! Getting closer every day. I didn't hit save. Yow! This one needs a special save. Here. Okay. Then just making small features, a framework engine like codebase for my future games. Cool. Currently making a modular proximity prompt system in Unity because Unity doesn't give anything to the users. First game was made in Unity. I didn't mind working with it. It was good. But the feeling that you don't own the thing, like, kind of didn't felt good with me. Executioner. Ah, we still have to change the executioner. Executioner. Exactly, this is the one. Here we go. So when they're weakened, there should be a higher chance of you finishing them off. Electric enchantment is good, Berserker is also good, but no, don't need it. Explosive Tracer, chance, 15% chance. Let's go with it. Boom, boom. Going a bit further, we're gonna cheat, we're gonna add a couple of levels, so we're gonna level it up. Oh, here's a tech pick. Player, add levels, 10, 15, I don't know. All good. Jigga jigga jigga. Okay, now this one is locked. Increasing these thingies. Boom, boom. Ah! It's spawning something, alright. The position is off and it's spawning them 100%. Huh! Do they do anything? And they're like super slow. Okay, the wiring is kind of working. Look at that. Come on, do you do something on touch? I forgot to give them like a damage, right? Yeah, they don't do anything on touch yet. Here comes Simon's favorite mask. Whoa, what? It would be cool if there was like a weapon that gives you like additional spawn of a projectile, which is like a heat-seeking missile, you know. Now I have another idea. Huh? So you shoot fast, but then you have a chance of making like a slow projectile like that's like putting others away. Woo! That could be cool. Yeah, right? So it's like a slow-mo bullet, and then you kite them in. That'd be cool. Okay, let's go fix it. I just have to admit, I'm becoming really happy how more live the game feels now, you know, with everything in it and the content that's being added. Let's see if I can get additional... Yeah, I'm missing 1 point. And I didn't commit, huh? Commitment issues. Let's try this one. Executioner. Bleed damage 10. We should see it. Okay, additional arrow. Look at that. Do we still have any victims here? Let's make some popcorn. No! She ate it. Again. Well, you give some, you lose some. I can't even test my awesomeness on this. So strong because of the cheats. Yo, look at that. One hit wonder. Boom. Take the ring off, Bilbo, huh? Comrades boots. Do I have enough dineros? I don't. What about... Yeah, shrapnel shot. I think we can go with this. What's gonna happen now? Whoa, I forgot now. Look, if you have a bonus on this as well, you deal like a double shrapnel shot. This is becoming OP. Look at this. Check it out. Because we have that thing. And if we add like another barrage ring, add item, barrage ring 1. And we put another ring on this one. It's gonna be 3 additional. Yo, they call me Chupacabra. 3 shrapnel shot arrows. In your way. Oh, and this. Ah, GG. Endgame better be really hard, yeah. Look at that. Yo. 4 sprints. I think this is something that the players will enjoy, you know, when they become, when they come to the end game and everything goes like pew pew kaboo. Triple shot. Ah, 3 hardies incoming. Psst. Psst. Didn't stand a freaking chance. And now, imagine, I only have like 1 electric dash. I don't have the other one. That would be like... I think this will need some nerf. But then again, yeah, in the beginning you're not gonna have all of these things, so... Playtesting is required, peeps. You know, this is like level 1, and I've cheated for like 20 levels, so... Yo, I saw some glow there. Ah, Companjo. Can't afford it. What happens with the boomerang? Does it scale? Yo, I want to test this out. Player, add gold, or add gold. How many boomerangs are gonna be thrown now? Yo, they call me Chupacabra. Yeah, we're gonna have to nerf something. It's gonna start to lag because of all the bullets and so on. Yeah, something like that, right? I mean, it's pretty cool. Ah, I think that was Firebelly Games, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Gunforged, I think, is the game. It's a cool game. I looked at his devlogs. He's also a good developer. Yo, 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 yo. We have to fix that, but look at this. He doesn't have a chance. Taka, 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 taka. That was a boss, by the way. I think I'm just in a different timeline. Like, not timeline, but time zone. Usually I don't stream for the weekends. Now it's like special case because, yeah, early access is around the corner and I had the ability to put a little one in the care to my mother. So, yeah. But. That shrapnel shot, or what was it called? Not a shrapnel shot. Tracer. Explosive tracer cartridge skill. This one. Spawn projectile. Huh. Now, the bad thing was the speed. We have to make it like super speedy. Like 300. That has to be super fast. You know. And the other thing is that this didn't deal any damage, right? Do I have some offset here as well? And currently it's spawning at... I think I'm gonna spawn it from the player itself, not from the weapon. So, like, origin 0 from the feet, boom. We'll see. Okay. So now this is gonna spawn super fast and fail guarantee didn't work. It spawned it like... Yeah, because... Nincompoop. I have to modify this thing now on the use item effect. Because this is the barrier when this gets triggered. Like 0.15 and fail guarantee is 7 now, I'd say. Did I do accumulator back then? Yeah, that accumulator was weird. So that's okay now. But what we have to do... What we have to do is we have to check out how I have explosives implemented. I know that I have like deal damage. Ah. I like Godot's all-in-one editor. They give you tools to make everything from networking solution to tweening to managing timers. Unity you code it from scratch and it becomes task heavy if you're on a time crunch. Or you go to their store and you have to pay for the plugins, you know. I still remember how shitty it was working with their Text Mesh Pro. It was actually first a paid plugin, and then they kind of integrated it in the quotations mark inside it, and so on. And the editor tooling was shit, I say. I don't want to be mean, shit. Without Odin Inspector plugin, working on anything like that was... I don't know. I just didn't find it fun at all. With Godot, you have like really good drawers for everything, I'd say. But, yeah. Exactly. I wanna see which things do explode. The things that explode are mines. We have mines in the game as well, by the way. Mine. Mina. So it spawns a projectile and then it deals damage. Explosive damage. I'm gonna borrow this. Tracer. Tracer. There we go. Paste is unique. Good. Putting it up here. And this is dealing like 30 to 40 damage. That's a bit high. We're gonna go from 10 to 20. That's also high. 5 to 10. 15. So many balancing incoming, but we don't care. Equipped on projectile exploded. Now where... I'm not sure if this is gonna trigger even. Well, we'll see. I highly doubt that this is going to trigger because that thing is never marked as equip, or it's always in inventory. But do I trigger an inventory on projectile exploded ever? Do I have the lookup for that? On projectile exploded. Weapon. Trigger when on projectile exploded. Okay, on owner dealing hit. We'll see. Let's try it out. Now, what did we say? Those things were too beefy. Okay. So many options. You have one for poison bow. Yeah. There's also for poison bow as well, yeah. So many options, I know. I built this for a long time, guys. For a freaking long time. I gotta change the music. It's becoming very grim. We need something uplifting. Shaolin dreaming, low poly ethereal intelligent. And then I see the mushrooms. And I start puking rainbow. That's how it is. Sorry. Feel a bit frisky today. If that's a word. Okay. Now, 5 to 10. I don't think I have explosions set anywhere, right? Tiny bullet doesn't have an explosion. Do I have an explosion? I don't have explosion particles. Yeah. So I'm not sure if the explosion is gonna work, but yeah, let's try it out. Doo-doo-dum. But it's good if you make a possibility for player to have like a completely broken build. I think that's fun, right? That's what peeps usually enjoy. Okay, 5 to 15. Projectiles 1, chance 15. Okay. We need to level up. Player add item. No. Levels. I'm gonna make this way more expensive. Because it's a dangerous power. Ah, something was shot. Look at that. Uh-huh. Tracer comes out, but it doesn't damage anything yet. That's okay. It doesn't damage the terrain. Is it gonna damage like... Oh, Anna, you have to wait here. I'm gonna go put her somewhere in the naughty corner. Come on, girl. No, the explosion didn't trigger, right? Something happened. Color Seagull just follow. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the follow, dude. Let's summon all of them. Here they come. For the testing purposes, I think I'm gonna make this one explode like 100% of the time. Here we go. Like this one. I wonder one thing. Electric dash, right? Deal damage, electric damage. On projectile hit. On projectile hit, and the condition is equipped. What? Tracer. Equipped. I think I call on projectile exploded the correct way. Okay, I changed this one. Now we should be seeing like tracer bullets following, I mean shooting always. Something happened. Yup, double hit, right? I think it damages. We just have to add like explosion to the bullet. But it's happening. We see double damage. Wow, this feels awesome. And you see one is coming from the origin of the weapon, other is coming from your body. That's also cool. Yo, what happens if I shoot this one? This is a special. Still working. Wow, and then you double hold. This is also interesting. You dash in, double hold. Oh, by the way, I have the ring, you know. I'm Frodo. Easy mode, yeah. So that's why I can spam the Fury attack. We have to test it out if in the dev build this gets added actually or not. Now imagine that you make a bouncy tracer, huh? It shoots a bouncy tracer, that'd be cool as well. Not explosive tracer, bouncy tracer, and it just goes. And then the Fury word gets more sense, you know, for the game. I was also thinking about, you know, like making traps. Mines are cool and all. I like them. We were talking about that dummy that would kind of attract all the enemies. So maybe there could be like a dummy with a really huge range that tries to attack from really far away. And you can prepare the area, you know, with mines and everything. You put Anna down here, make her guard this place, trap it here, set the dummy here, set it off, boom, boom, kaboo, boo, boo. You know, maybe you can modify the terrain for yourself, you know, like dig a murder pit. If you go with this cartridge. It can be like a complete, you know, SOB. And Lens of Fury 2 is going to be about crafting, right? Like a survival game based on the mechanics that we have. Okay, 23 is saying, as keep thinking up more arrow ideas. What about our slower, more stealth or tanky players? Yeah. We have to make them beefier. Impact their movement speed, but maybe add like bonuses to companions, definitely, you know. They should be doing that. Like increasing the stat of a companion, and then you can make like a OP build, companion build. You'd be like a... don't want to insult anybody, but big fat hillbilly with Companjo in your hand playing, you know, and some other cartridges in there. They'd call me Bubba. Companjo is now even shooting tracers. How awesome is that? OP. Exactly. Companjo is now completely OP. Okay, I'm gonna spawn a couple of them. I wanna see something. We got the bunny. Is Mr. Wizard Hat gonna come? Oh, looky looky. I want to add Mumus from Reynard. Those are like little companions, little calves that follow you. And they explode when they see the enemies. They charge towards them. They're pretty cool. Look at that. The sound boost. Any bunnies? No bunnies. Let's see how Mr. Simon is gonna trigger. Player. No, level spawn bunny. Spawn unit. Bunny. 3 team 2-0. Fluffy entity incoming, let's see. Simon! There we go. Wow, the carrot boy. Epico. Come on, get me. Hello. You friendly? Nope. You chose violence anyway, huh? Bunny boots. Now this is awesome. Bunny boots are so cool. I like double dash range. I really do. We should add like a racing minigame somewhere. Well, you know how Spider-Man's Uncle Ben said. Oh, she's still guarding here. Good girl. Great powers, great responsibility. What if we really make the tracer like... Okay, first thing first, we have to modify the explosive tracer. So that's a spawn projectile. We have a tiny bullet. And tiny bullet's gonna be duplicated. And we're gonna call it explosive tracer bullet. Okay. Explosive tracer or tiny bullet is here. Explosive tracer bullet is here. Explosive the texture is good from the tiny bullet, that's okay. Thin bullet trail particles, bullet hit. This one is also cool, but then we have to add like auto spawn explosion particles. Explosion particles. And which one is good? Wood, stone, small poison, medium poison, smoke, leaf, explosion. Explode, I think I have explode particles, right? Big fiery explosion. Do I have medium? Small fiery explosion. How big is that? Ah, that's small. Medium. And that's too big. Too big. Then what kind of a hell is a big explosion? Not that much bigger. I have to make the medium smaller one. I think it's like... too big. How can we mitigate this? That's like 70 something. Too much, guys, too much. So what we can do is actually reduce the spawn position. I think its surface is too large. 16. That's sphere radius. That's a lot. 0. Okay, how big are you now? That's a half of it. Makes sense. And the amount of the particles that's gonna be emitted is gonna be what? Where do I have the count? Lifetime, it's that. Amount, 100. Let's go to 30. 20. Good enough. So medium is medium. But we gotta take this thing here and go to explosive or something tracer. Tracer bullet, this one. Call it in here, medium fiery explosion. And I think this is wired now. Let's test it out one more time. So what we're looking at is when that bullet that has like a tail, it's a tracer bullet, flies, when it hits something it should explode. But what I want to do before we test it out, I want it to destroy the terrain as well. Why not? Huh? You guys agree on that? It's gonna be 1 in 7, but it's gonna be destroying terrain. Tracer. Glad that you agree. 23. That's an even rhyme. Boom, boom. Here we go. We'll deal damage. And not explosive, we call it terrain damage. Like this. 5 to 15. Yeah, okay. Feels good, but when does it happen? It happens on explode, right? projectile exploded. It takes that into account. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Not so sure, guys, but still, yeah. What happens if you're too close? Well, should we add some penalty? Probably we should, right? I mean, you know, you have to give some, lose some. And this takes in target type detected units. That's all detected units, huh? It's gonna only work on... No, detected units. I think it's okay. Yo! Spawned right in the bandit camp. That's okay. Come on, Anna. Give him hell. Traceru. No, nothing happens. I think I didn't have... Huh. Why you no work? Tracer doesn't damage anything with the health component, I guess. But it does damage to normal units. Huh. Gotta take another leak. Be right back. back. Huh. Now, where did we stay? Detected units. Why do I have effect target type detected units? Aha, this means everything, right? But, huh. Wait a minute. Yo, Logan, exactly. Doing a bit, trying to grind a bit. Working more on cartridges, we have something new already. I'm still the main baby sitter or child handler today, I'd say. I don't want to sound so, I don't know, weird. But yeah. So, I'm the only parent today, but gratefully, I mean thankfully, my mom is taking care of her grandsons now, a bit. So I'm trying to work a bit in the morning, and then in the afternoon I'm gonna take care of them. So trying to squeeze something in. And you? How's it going? What's up? We have all owner, enemies, owner and allies, allies, enemies and allies, detected units. Why the hell do I have detected units in here? Because this sure feels like... Okay. Probably something was here for a reason. I just have to figure out why didn't the explosion trigger. So we have explosive tracer cartridge skill, which shoots a projectile that has like a projectile. I think I'm spawning the wrong projectile, am I? Where is it? Tiny bullet, of course, we have to replace that one. And we have to call this one what? I think it's an explosive tracer bullet. Like this. That's one thing. But then... we say that this is an explosive one. It explodes. Explosion radius is 48. That's okay. Time limit, there's no time limit. And the damage dealt by the tank on projectile exploded. Okay. What about this one? This is a terrain damage also. Huh. Equipped on projectile exploded, both of them. And they deal damage when they collide with units. I'm doing alright, didn't think to check in. I'm trying to brainstorm designs for the weapon sheet for my game. Ah, that's cool. That's cool, that's cool. How's the art progressing, dude? Is wife still drawing something? The last art drawings that you showed me, they looked awesome. Coin 3, I think this one is good. Test it out at least. Now we should see an explosion when the tracer hits something. And that explosion should be like extremely big. Okay. I'm just writing a short text to Honey Bunny. Give me a second. Second. Like this. Here we go. I still didn't upload a new build with cartridges, but we have so many cool things now, guys. I'm just super excited. I think we have everything unlocked, so... For the early access, I'm still aiming for additional 4 cartridges at least. This. But, look at that. Some here. A lot here. I get you. Not exactly rushing to finish. Okay, when it's gonna be, it's gonna be. That's how it is. Yeah. And cool cards, man. Some cool of them, like really cool. Look at that. That cartridge now spawns you a tech pick, which you can pick up. And you can basically destroy the whole area if you want. So it spawns only at the first level in the beginning. And it has unlimited health. So you can modify. Leveling is also faster. Like significantly faster. So you should reach 20 by no time. We have to add a launch pack cartridge. Which is going to spawn at the beginning of every level. Popcorn and a soda or something like that. I think that's gonna be cool. And you can pick them up, you know. Let's see. Then we have... I added like movement speed to this one. And now we're testing out the explosive tracer. This thing. This thing spawns like randomly. Currently every shot, I believe, or randomly. No, it's not out yet. Then I also added executioner. This thing should increase damage to the foes that are near that, like that have only 10% or 25% health left. While this is dealing the damage to the full HP ones. Then Sword of Devotion, these are the devotion builds. Basically they amplify certain stat but decrease the other. So for example, for Sword you get slash damage boost while you get blunt resistance and pierce resistance, like really reduced. Hammer of Devotion, same, different stats. Another one is that it spawns additional projectile. It affects every ranged weapon, so if you equip this one and level it up, instead of spawning like 1, you spawn 2 of these, and Elven Bone then spawns 3 and so on. So I implemented this morning, and now we're going for the explosive tracer. So every 7 bullets or something like that, player add levels, should spawn an additional tracer round, which explodes. Let's try levels 6. Just to be sure that we have enough to test it out. If we go here, let's add these. This one. And an electric enchantment. This one is cool. Then the damage of these electric projectiles is also going to be significantly increased. But let's check out the tracer now. If I take the ranged bow. Explosion happens. But it doesn't deal the damage to the you know what yet, to the terrain. We still have to implement that and add some explosion sounds. But yes, currently we're spawning it every single hit. So we gotta change it that it's going to spawn only every 6, 7. Not every single one. Need some explosion sounds, definitely. But I think that the explosion size is okay now. And it's pretty cool that I think that... Yeah. Exactly. Otherwise it's too OP, right? But... still some bugs. I just love how fast it is. Let's go with a battering ram. Unless you want to get fancy for figure out the 4 every instance it doesn't fire. Increases the chances of it firing. Yeah, that's basically what I added. I have like 3 different chances. One is complete random. Like if you're super unlucky, you're unlucky like hell. Then other one is like that has a fail counter in it. You know. So it's been added if that's what we're talking about. Yeah, but that's guys like complete cheating here, you know. It's not so easy. It never is. Boom. Boom. Look, ma. One hand. Okay. Phew. Back in the day I had dwarf shotgun. Long time ago. Years ago. Dwarf hunter's shotgun. Boncho's shotgun. This one. And I know that this one long time ago dealt like damage to terrain. But something changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Terrain damage. 1 to 3. On owner dealing hit. Tracer. Cherry bomb. Does it still damage everything? I think it's a red bomb. Some kind of a bomb. Fire bomb. There's an item called Fire Bomb. Terrain damage. Huh. I'm gonna test it out and see what's going on. Fire Bomb. If this is like destroying the terrain, I can't remember. I know that long time ago I tested it and I was destroying like big chunks of terrain. But that's an old implementation. Problem with these bombs is that you can't control how far they fly. There's a like a fixed range that need like a completely separate mechanic if I want to, you know, like what happened? Did it even do something? I think the item is broken. Oh, this stopped working. Where is it? I was expecting a screen shake. it's not destroying anything anymore. Any secret caves out there one day? With NPCs that sold special cards? Possible. Possible. Not possible, plausible. Okay. This is the thing that we're gonna add also in the debug test for now. Inventory. Debug. Let's add these items. Call it firebomb. No needed pre-configured slot. 3 of them. Okay. Wait a second. Attack system. No ranged weapon. Shooter weapon. The names. Spawn shrapnel, no. Explode weapon. Unexploded. Handle block impact. Global position plus damage no direction times 4. Wait a minute. Aha. I don't trigger last used item. Yo, and that's the thing with the last update. It's dependent on that shit. Yo, I think it is. Handle block impact comes called from here. So it's completely dependent on last use item variable, and I don't store it here. This can be stale, this can be something else as well. That sucks. Because what I'm currently doing is, if I have a trace around, tracer, it calls use item effect resource, and I discreetly force use this item because otherwise the projectiles didn't travel like they should with the electric cartridges. But now we have an issue that code is there dependent on the last used item, which is not being stored and updated because I'm using an item and then I'm using another item on top of that. At the same time. Weird problem. Handle block impact. Why don't I pass in the item? And it could be null. You know, this is where mumbo jumbo starts to appear, but you know, why didn't I do it in the first place? Like handle block impact, I would say like item I don't know, item, and by default it equals to null. What do I do here? Last use item. Where do I reference this? How many places? Oh, only here. Okay. What if I say that now? Look at the genius item. Item to use equals to item. If there's an item, otherwise this one. I think this is the syntax. And then I say item to use. Like this. And then I pass and handle block impact in the explosion. Somewhere here. That's a weapon, unexploded. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. And I slap in this. See? Keyword this. Makes sense? It's a theory. We have to test it out in practice. Boom, boom. I gotta start working out again. Turning into a blob. Let's see, 3 fire bombs and the inventory should be there. Yo, it's added in the first place, what the hell? Okay, I get it. It didn't hurt me. No problemo. Huh. Son of a bitch. No. The theory is good, but the practice isn't. Is it? One second. I need explaining for this. If item is not null, assign item to item use. I get it. Otherwise, yeah. I think this is good. But why you no work? Because I have terrain damage. I try to find it. Deal damage item effect resource. think we're gonna call this mister from the block impact here. Radius. I didn't apply the radius to that thing. Is that possible? Yo. Radius 0. Check it out now. It could be better. See, then I'm calculating the tile radius and everything. Alrighty then. F5 we go. Dum 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 dum. Okay, starting. Going forward. What happened here? Why? Aha, somebody wanted to shoot a projectile. I don't care about you yet. But now let's continue, progress forward. If we throw it there, nothing happened. We're crying out loud. But we don't test this item out now. We're testing out that thing. Come on, notifications. This and this and this. Still nothing. Why? Why you do not want to? Okay, now it's first arrow detection. Well, still arrow detection first. What about this one? Okay, now it should be first this bullet. No, item to use. Deal damage. Yo, the master of configuration and confusion. Level window. Unique per key explosion. What about this one? Yo! Terrain damage. That's another problem. 2 unique per keys, that's okay. But then we have to, like, restart them. Death Snap. No, no, no. Hello. Otherwise, this is going to be my second published game. The first one was Reynard. That's the game that I'm most proud of because I learned a lot about game development back there. That's 7-8 years ago, and then it was like a game dev depression, at least from my point of view. You know, I couldn't sustain myself. Thanks 23 for sharing the link. I couldn't sustain the company, you know, like from that game. It wasn't a fader, it probably critical updates ready to install. Okay, we're gonna install the critical updates a bit later. Thank you for reminding me, but 1 second. It wasn't a complete flop, I still have to say. Come on, buddy. There we go. We're about to add some levels. Player add levels. Then cheating. Leveling up the cartridges now. Okay. Where's the bow? Okay. I think something's detecting the terrain damage. Check it out. Tracer is destroying the whole freaking world. Oh my god, this feels so fun. Yeah. I'm gonna make a flat thingy here. Okay, this should be destroyed immediately. It's not like... We did it, boys. Woohoo! I can imagine by the time you get the tracer or something like that, you're gonna be in the road, you know. Let's see, can I get through here? No. See, the walls are still immortal up here, and I'm proud of that. But these things should be destroyed as well. Why isn't the explosion taking in account these things? Still have to fix this one, but that's a progress. A lot of progress today. Look at that. They come with the Waymaker. That's a cool name for an item that destroys. Look at that. Oh my god. Getting high on my own supply. Battlefield Ford, right? I love it. Let's see now. This one is... Now we can't even test it out. Yeah, but I know how the firebomb can be fixed now, do I? I think I do. Let's check it out. Small chance for this thing to happen. And the radius for this thing will be definitely... let me just check it out, the firebomb. Firebomb. Deal damage, terrain damage. First thing that was wrong was that there was no radius. What the shit, I have 32 radius, is that completely nuts? Let's make 3. Okay, I think I changed that. Or single highest, wrong. Unique per key, terrain damage. Same goes for this one up here. See, so many configurations that sometimes I even have hard time understanding where I'm configuring stuff wrong. It gives you like a lot of flexibility, you know. When you're developing stuff, it's cool. You can have tons of flexibility, but tons of places where something can go wrong. Fire damage, that's okay, from 1 to 3. Okay, now this is this one. Hey, Mystic Serpents, long time no see. Easy time. Exactly. Deal knockback. Okay, that's from this one, but now we have to fix the tracer. So this tracer cartridge, that's the terrain damage one. Actually, use item effect has to be tweaked a bit. And here we have to do fail guarantee 0.15. So that's about every 7 bullet, something like that, right? At least I think so. Huh. I wonder if I set this to base chance to 0 and Max fails before force. I think it's going to do it every 7. Like strictly, right? Then you can count. Chance. Where is it? Max fails before force. No, 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 no. 1 to 99, that's okay. Range, base chance. If, return false. So I have to have it above. Then fail guarantee is increasing the fail count, and RNG is taking in account the C, which is actually the base chance, and clamped between 0 and 1. That's okay. Yeah, so if I would keep it like 0.0 something, it's gonna be good. Then we kind of would force it on every 7th, almost. But yeah, let's keep it on 15, and still have a fail guarantee of 7. So if 7 times fails, it's gonna spawn another one. Yeah, demo is out. It's not in sync with the... It's not completely in sync with the latest build. I think I'm gonna slowly retire it. I'm still not good what's best. Keeping out the demo, keeping out the code. We'll see. Anyway, explosive tracer bullet. It destroys now those thingies, which is cool. We still have this one, but I don't have the radius. Deal damage radius is missing. 2. Right? 2? What's here? 2. Yeah, 2, 2. Is this now gonna come into effect? Finally? Okay. One more go before I commit this. And then we have to make a launch pack. Launch pack. Popcorn and soda. If you equip that cartridge, it's gonna be level 1 cartridge. We have too many level 1 cartridges, but I don't know. I think it's cool that you have like an early variety where it goes, you know. If you need a lot of help, you're gonna have popcorns and you're gonna have more stuff available, and I think that's okay. Doesn't hurt me, and it doesn't hurt that, so we have a problem with detection of the health-based component in the explosion, I believe. Yeah. Come on, shoot. Ah, it works. Firebomb works again. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It happened. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See? 7 is a guaranteed one. If it doesn't trigger before. I think this is cool. Yo, what if we try this? Add item, elven bow, and barrage ring. Okay, barrage ring coming in, and elven bow coming in. Now 3 bullets. That's cool. Look at that. And now I'm gonna increase the level again for 10. And I'm gonna equip the last one. Where is it? Come on, shoot. . Maxing out. 4 arrows. And 3 bullets like coming from you. Woo! This is like a machine gun, look at that. Uzi. Yeah, the stats of you know who are gonna change. Bosses and units down the line, they have to. What if I add yellow cape on that? One. Here we go. And yellow bandana. Check it out. I'm gonna just keep on dashing. I feel like a child. They stand no chance. Even with the electricity, you just gotta get lucky with additional cool items that scale with that well, you know. We're gonna do something for the tank builds as well. Like 23 also mentioned that it would be cool. Most definitely. Double dash, double kill. Now if I have another cartridge that spawns like electricity on when you stop dashing, that's even more powerful. You're looking at something that's gonna happen like very rare. Probably never, if you're not a dev. I'm basically playing, I don't know, I'd say a drawing game, you know. I draw with the terrain. I can't, I'm addicted to it. I think I'm gonna make something bad happen. If you destroy like 80% of the terrain, I'm gonna spawn something that's gonna dry F you, you know, like... What the F are you doing? I'm gonna break your freaking... You know, this is gonna be like... How dare you? It's gonna be, yeah... I don't have the capacity to draw that big Deidre, but it would be cool. Something like that. Maybe the Lilith could turn on you. And then like 1000 treants would spawn. And you'd be like, no. But man, do I love this build. Look at that. I don't know, it kind of feels relaxing, you know. It's like a lottery ticket that you're scratching off. I never buy them, by the way. But I know the feeling. Come on, there we go. Wait, actually now it spawns double tracers as well. Triple tracers! Because it scales with that thing. With the bullets. Now that's insane. That's some nasty synergy. That's why we're destroying so many things. Look at that. Oh. Gotta say GG. GG. Ah. Attack system. Explode. No. It's being called on explosion from the weapon. Handle block impact. Damage not collided with body. That's okay. On explode. Huh. Explosion targets. I don't take care of the... Huh. Damage note. It's node 2D. Okay. Do I put in health component explosion? This should be handled as well. This isn't being handled. Wait a minute. Why not? I'm adding it. On body enter explosion sensor, handle health component explosion, handle health component explosion. That's good. What do I do then here? Damage not collided with body. One second. See, I do this here. Huh. So we have handle block impact. This happens to the terrain. Then I have a receiver where I try to get this interface. I damage receiver. Where I store owner node, player, and so on. And then I check if receiver is health system. Yes, and is instance valid? Health system unit, yeah, if it's still alive. I handle damage node collided with unit. I do that. And then receiver is health component. And is instance valid? Okay, handle damage node collided with health component. Wait a minute, node collided with unit. What's the difference between the two? One is handling the unit itself, the other is handling the explosion of health component. 1 second. Rubber ducking. Un poquito momento. Damage node, boom. And what else? Item. Attack system maybe. High damage receiver. Let's see if Mr. Duck can tell me something. On body entered explosion sensor. Health components are tracked in explosion targets, but then in weapon unexploded, the damage pipeline calls damage node collided with body, which routes through handle damage node collided with unit. But later expects the node 2D parameter to be health component directly. The problem is that what actually ends up in explosion targets for health component. Huh. Single overload. Damage node collided with body, which does resolve damage receiver, which is okay. Never reached. The health component is being passed as node 2D. Presumably isn't recognizing it and returning null, so it exits early. Wait a minute. Damage resolver, if it needs additional context. Only, but okay. Self health component, yeah. It implements it, I'm sure. Health component. Yeah, I do. I do implement it. Health component implements high damage receiver directly, so resolver demo catches it via case 3. The flow works for direct hits. The explosion problem is in handle health component explosion. Look at what enters the sensor. Body 2D. I know that. But health component extends base component, which likely extends node 2D. For it to enter the explosion sensor's body entered, it needs a physics body or its own collision shape. If health component is just a logical node without its own collision shape 2D, it will never fire body entered. Parent objects. The fix is to resolve the health component from whatever body actually enters the sensor, the same way damage resolver does it. Okay. Add in on body exited explosion sensor by the same resolution. Huh. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Cool. Cool, nice. Explosion targets. Where do I have them? And the damage node. But do I do defiance here or something? Only contains and adds, huh? Contains and adds and contains and adds. Remove all. Huh. Full fixed functions. Something's going on. Wizard just rated with 18 viewers. Thank you! Thank you for rating, buddy. How's it going? How was your stream? Working on some art? Working on some art, are we? Okay. Thanks for giving the shout out, dude. Tell me what you were working on and so on, if you're still here, buddy. Probably you are. Meanwhile, I'm gonna just show you guys what I'm working on currently. So we're kind of brainstorming for the cartridges and so on, and I got a couple of good ideas from the friends, from the viewers, and basically before the early access we're implementing that. And no deranged drawings at all. Okay, okay. If you have something to show, just paste it in the chat, we're gonna take a look. And on our side, we're just adding basically more cartridges, stuff like this. For example, now you can build and customize your skill tree however the freaking hell you want. So if you want to go for, I don't know, a melee brawler, you're gonna add this cartridge. You're gonna add something cool that's gonna complement it. Maybe you want to dash and brawl, so this one comes in. Then another one comes in is, let's say, bruiser, so you have more resistance. And because you want to dig through the terrain, you're gonna pick tech pick, which spawns like a cool pickaxe in the beginning. Then for the second level, you're gonna say, oh, I want to deal a lot of damage to the full HP units. Then I want to be an executioner. If somebody's very low on HP, I want to deal like a merciful striking hit. And because I know that I'm gonna be spawned, I mean full with electricity, I want to increase my electric powers. And because I'm a berserker, when I go low, I want to smash everybody. Then you add some more of these things that like increase a lot of stats. But the thing is that if it increases your power, range power, it reduces your defenses and stuff like that. And last but not least, this thing is that we implemented today is another one, which is a skill that adds additional projectile to all of your ranged weapons. So then when you're ready, you kind of go in here. And we're just gonna cheat a bit so I can showcase everything that's going on. But somewhere here, I think I found a bug. The pickaxe didn't spawn. That's a good one. And we're gonna add a couple of levels. So when you level up, add levels. You're not gonna be able to do that, sadly. You're gonna have to grind through the level, but if you take a look at my bow and sword, I'm gonna level up some of the skills. Now instead of having 2 dashes, I'm gonna have a bit more. I'm gonna be more tankier, and I'm gonna deal more damage. I didn't pick the good cartridges, did I? I think I messed up a little bit. Anyway, instead of shooting 1 projectile, I'm shooting 2 now. See this? And I think that I forgot to equip the cool one. Well, anyway, what we added was a projectile that actually also destroys the terrain. So that's another addition to the game as well, that comes from the projectiles. I'd really like to show you that. Basically, if we spawn this thing, like player add item, tech pickaxe or pick. This is the thing that's getting added from the cartridge as well. So basically what you can do, you can go destroy terrain however you like, however your heart pleases. And if you want to attack somebody from the back, you can do that now. If you see that there's a camp from far away, look at that. Everybody's expecting me from the right, but I'm gonna come here. Like this, come through, take the arrow, and deal with them. See? Dig some more, etc. But what I really wanted to show you guys is actually that thing from the from here. This one, explosive tracer, because this one just feels good. Like every 7th arrow, or even sooner, you spawn like additional tracer bullet that can destroy the terrain. 1 second. Yo, Triple Jump Games is raiding. Thanks for the raid, dude. Like 2 raids in 5 minutes. Wow, I'm on fire. Yeah. Okay. How's it going? It's going fine. We're working on the cartridges, man. A lot of cartridges are added, like, check it out. So you can actually now level all sorts of skills, and I just wanted to showcase this explosive tracer. This thing is like adding additional bullets when you're shooting. There's like 1 in a 7 chance that you're gonna trigger it. But that bullet is a bit special because it explodes. And not only that it explodes, it also destroys the terrain. Look at that. Look at this. Boom. 1 more. Come on. Here we go. And then if you are like far away, you level up a bit more. And you unlock... I don't have enough. Come on. For real? I have to cheat again. Thanks, dude. Thanks that I'm gonna show you just this one. And Meanwhile, please tell me, what did you work on today? Now look at that. The last one gives you like double bullets, you know. See? For every single weapon. And then soon, if you even add more cartridges on top of that, you have a lot more damage. A lot more bullets and so on. I still have some problems with explosions, but actually the game is turning out to be pretty fun, because I also added this item with which is pretty rare, like legendary, and it's called Barrage Ring. And you guessed it. What does it do? It gives you another bonus projectile. So now instead of firing 2, you guessed it, we fire 3. And if you have a bow that shoots a lot of arrows, like poison bow, for example this one. Poison bow. Can you guess how many arrows it's gonna shoot? Check it out. You guessed it. Oh, I made a maximum count. There's a bug. It should be shooting like 6 of them. Thanks. And what did you work on? Please tell me. Guys, Triple Jump Games is working on Atomcraft. It's a very cool game. I think he's going to participate in the next fest now in June. So it would mean a lot of... To me and to him probably also. I mean, definitely to him, that you give it a look. And you give it a wish list, because it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game. I'm gonna look it up now. 1 second. Triple Jump Games. Atomcraft. There's a demo available. And this is the page. I'm not sure if 23 posted it, but yeah. Please do check it out, give it a wish list. It's a very cool game. Upcoming game also made in Godot and with C#. So then Triple Jump Game says, I posted another update build tonight with some quality of life improvements. That's cool. Those are always welcome. Let me show you the trailer a bit, what he's working on. So, by the way, with that, if you also have something to showcase, please give it to me so I can showcase it to everybody. Agree, C# for the win. Love the music, love the coziness of the acid, you know. Can't wait to burn everything with it. Melt. Love it. By the way, I'm looking for backgrounds for the final scene of the game. I need some kind of space. This one looks cool. Did you draw it, or did you kind of bought it from the assets? If... Ah, a trailer for a visual novel. That's cool, man. Anyway, whenever you're gonna have something, just let me know. I'm gonna showcase it. Okay? Also hyped. Okay, if we continue forward, yeah, that's what we were working on these days. And I think that the later levels are gonna be now easier to complete. I also made the leveling curve a bit more easier on you guys. Let's try to get to Cavernous Depths. I rarely see them. I really do, because I'm testing always in the first level. We're gonna speedrun. I'm gonna give myself bunny boots as well for the dash. This one is cool. And let's toggle all the level changers. There we go. running, spawning, running and spawning again. Look at that. There we go. Cavernous depths. By the time you get here, you will be around level, I'd say 10 to 15. And this is a bit harder area. But not hard if you're like overpowered like I am now, because I'm cheating. So that's not really fun anymore, huh? I have to go back to normal. We go a bit forward. We see more of bad guys. Also, a couple of days ago we added like a... what is it called? A cartridge that gives you like energy regen boost when you are in any liquid. And that's a new trap that was added a couple of days ago. Okay. That one spawned like boulders. Here's the first boss. Easy peasy now. He's a bit more dangerous when he actually spawns like... I mean, when he calls the area of effect. That deals a bigger punch. I mean, now that I'm noticing it, I still have like 50 HP, so we don't have any cartridges that would significantly increase your HP. I think we could add one in a bit of a later time of the game. But the thing would be that it would probably impact your movement speed or something. You know, like a trade-off. We could do that for the tier 3 cartridges. I want to see if there's like where is it? A locked chest. I'm looking for that now. Okay, this dude is basically a tank. And here's another one. Here's a healer. This one is nasty. He has like a healing aura. Ah, golden key needed for that. But even though I was super confident that I can kill them, something bad happened. Yeah, so basically that's it. Guys, it's like 12 o'clock where I am. I had an opportunity to work on the Saturday in the morning, so I'm pretty grateful. It's always Dino Wizard. Exactly. That boomerang effect, it's nasty. That the bullet travels back. So, I'm gonna have to jump off. Thanks everybody for the raid, and I think we're gonna raid somebody else. There's a skeptic believer here that came yesterday to our channel. Everybody else is offline. So, I think we could go raid the dude. If you guys agree. I won't be able to... Hypnotic? Where is Hypnotic? Who's that? Just a second. I don't have him up here. Wait a second. Calling raid. Skeptic. Hypnotic Games. What is he working on? Let me just see. Hypnotic Games. Well, the dude has like a lot of viewers. I want to help somebody who has less than him. So we're gonna do Skeptic Believer, okay? Thanks, dude. Thanks for the raid. Let's do it. Let's rate somebody who's smaller, you know. Skeptic believer. I think that I've... Yeah. Right now? Right. I'm gonna stop streaming, guys.
Hey, Hyperfox, Ray.